Yes.
Haley Samard with Gartner. So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Sorry about that. Am I take a seat? Perfect. And I have my business card for you. Do you have one for me as well? Fantastic. Thank you so much.
No problem.
So thank you for taking the time to meet with me today. I know it's probably kind of crazy with Jonas out of town last minute in North Carolina, but are you local, Louisiana? Are you comfortable?
I am.
All right, perfect. So I'm actually not, unfortunately. So this is my first time here, but it really does feel like home with my parents' alma mater right down the street at LSU.
Oh.
So funny story, actually. They met in '92 in a research class at LSU, and as the story goes, my dad was kind of struggling in this course, and my mom ended up scooping him up and helping him get that grade that he wanted to get.
Nice.
And it's interesting to me because research brought my parents together
Mm-hmm.
right down the street at LSU. And what I'm hoping to say is that the same thing can happen for us, that Gartner Research can begin a relationship between our two companies.
Okay.
So that's my goal today. And to continue, so like I said, my goal for today is to explore Gartner.
Mm-hmm.
Based on what you know and what questions you might have. And I want to determine where Click Influence stands right now, what your current challenges might be, how your role differs and is similar to a CIO, and how we can potentially provide you value based on what we speak about. Does that sound good to you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. And is that 15-minute meeting we originally agreed upon still going to work for you as well?
Yes, that'll be
Perfect.
fine.
And do you mind if I take a few notes as we go?
Go ahead.
Fantastic. Thank you, Bobby. So just to get started, I want to be sure to understand, in terms of decision making, I know that Jonas and you work very closely, but if we were to find some value with Gartner for you today, would you be making that decision autonomously, or would he be assisting you with that?
No, he'd definitely have to be included.
All right, so it's the two of you, Jonas, and you making the decisions together. And also, I understand that relationships are very important to you all here at Click. I know you still have your first client from when you started up. What do you look for in building that relationship that's hopefully going to last a long time? What is the criteria you search for?
In a client?
Yeah.
Just someone who actually needs our services.
Of course.
And someone who wants to build a partnership for a long time.
So how about a partner, client and partner? What are the qualities you're really searching for?
Well, mid to small level, someone who doesn't have a marketing department on their own.
Okay.
And someone who really sees the value in the information that we can provide them.
Right.
And then obviously the services of handling their accounts.
Right. So appropriately, you want to make an influence on these companies, right, as your name says. All right. And say with your current tasks at hand, what does your timeline look like for these? What's, say, your largest project right now, what is the timeline looking like for that?
Well, our biggest project is we're trying to create a social media dashboard for our clients.
Okay.
And we'd like to have that out by the end of the year.
Okay, so you're creating a social media dashboard.
Yeah.
As you said, and you have about a year to get this done.
Mm-hmm.
All right, perfect. So I'd love to delve a little deeper and ask you, what do you think prompted the board to ask Jonas to request this meeting today?
Well, I run a pretty small team. I mean,
Okay.
our company's only 28 people.
Okay.
So, I mean, this has been a huge undertaking
Of course.
on us. And so they want to get the ball rolling. Like I said, they're trying to get it out by the end of the year.
Okay.
So they're looking to add some additional staff. And I'm assuming that might be why they brought y'all in, to kind of help
Absolutely.
prepare them and do the training.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that with me, Bobby. So we're focusing on this social media platform.
Yeah.
Or is it for one client, multiple clients?
It's something we're going to offer all
Something
of
you're
our
going to
clients.
offer for all your clients. Okay, so you're building this into your business a bit.
Yeah.
Perfect. And how are you going about doing that right now? Are you going with your past experience or what you've done, or researching in what way?
Well, none of us have ever developed a platform
Okay,
like this.
so it's totally new for you.
Yeah, so right now we're very much in the research phase.
Okay. And if you don't mind my asking, how are you going about researching that? Are you using the standard Google formats, or how's that working?
Yeah, we're mainly using Google. We've gone to a couple conferences.
Okay.
But this isn't something we can freely talk about since we're still in that beginning stage.
Right.
So really just research on our own.
Okay, completely understand and respect that. And is that working well for you so far? Are you finding good success with the Google research and?
We're finding stuff, but it's just taking a long time to really find what we're actually needing.
Okay, so you're seeing that time might be a little bit of an issue, maybe efficiency better put?
Yes.
Okay, so what would that mean for you if you weren't able to efficiently develop this social media platform in your time frame that you've been given?
Well, I mean, in the tech industry, someone else is going to build it.
Exactly. So it's competition at that point that you're worrying about. And of course, that wouldn't be ideal for your business.
No,
So,
not at all.
so thank you for sharing that with me. And also, are you looking on are you developing your own technology, or are you going to take on a vendor to do that? Are you looking for someone to help you build that technology, or is it just something that you all are doing here at Click?
Well, no, I think by them budgeting for us to have those additional IT people to come on staff,
Right.
we're going to try and build it ourselves.
Okay, and what does the budget look like for that, if you don't mind my asking?
I want to say that budget's about $1 million.
$1 million, okay. And so this is going to include
Everything.
Everything.
Salary, hardware.
Okay. And if you don't mind me asking one more time, how many people are you trying to take on? Did you say about 4 to 6?
No, right now we have about 3 to 5.
3 to 5.
But we're
Okay.
looking to add 10 more.
All right, so you want to have about 13 to 15 employees within
Yeah.
that $1 million. All righty, perfect. And another question for you: How are you finding these people to bring on?
Oh, that's HR.
HR,
No
not your
idea.
job?
Yeah,
Of
they
course.
just send me resumes.
Alrighty. Well, so I understand that this social media platform that you're building is a huge task that you could use some help with, potentially. Do you have anyone besides your team that's done something like this before that you have to reach out to or anything of the sort?
No, not really. Like
Okay.
I said, we try to go to these conferences to
Right.
see, but then we realize you don't really want to talk about it with others because you don't want them to steal your idea.
100%.
So it's all very much in-house.
Do you agree that if you had someone to give you trusted, unbiased advice, not having to worry about them stealing your idea, do you think that would be something you'd potentially be interested in?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you for sharing that all with me. So, based on our conversation so far, I understand that this social media platform is, of course, your number one task, and it's giving you many other tasks within that. Hiring this large $1 million that you kind of have under your IT budget, I understand. And you could potentially use someone trustworthy to bring on and help you be a little bit more confident in these decisions. Is that correct?
Mhm.
So, if I told you that this product that I'm here to speak with you about today could help you with each aspect of that, would you want to hear a little bit more about that?
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's dive in. So I'm going to start by telling you a little bit about the deliverables based on what we've spoken about. So one of our main things at Gartner is we say we are the world's leading research and advisory company. So what we do is we provide solutions to you in a visual format that tailors right to the issues you might be facing.
Okay.
So one of the ways that we do that is our research. And that's where I'm going to start today, if that's all right with you.
Yeah.
So we have 3 things, and I'm actually going to draw it out for you because I think that makes it a little bit easier to visualize. So this is what we call our golden circle, right? So we have our who, our what, and our when. And we work from the outwards inside. And this works when you're trying to market yourself to possible clients in a vendor situation, or if you're searching for someone to purchase the technology from. So it goes both ways.
Okay.
But we have our 3 big capabilities that are our who, our what, and our when. It's our magic quadrant, critical capabilities, and our hype cycle. And so what that delves into really is magic quadrant is all about the who, and that's where we start. It's what are your possible clients, your possible vendors that you're going to be working with.
Okay.
And it helps you narrow it down first based on what you know you need as a company. And then from there, you start working inside that golden circle, and you go into the what, which is the critical capabilities. And that's going to, it breaks it down by capability, of course, what you know you need. And from there, you can have these players outside in the who, but if they don't meet that what that you need, you can cross them out and make it more simple for yourself.
Okay.
And from there, what's really most important is when you want to invest, if you're looking for a technology to take on yourself, or in this stance, if you're marketing yourself, you're marketing your platform, it will show where your company, Click Influence, is on this hype cycle of growth. If
Okay.
you're peaking, if you're growing, if another company that you're looking to partner with might be in decline. And that's what we want to prevent. We don't want you to be investing in any technologies that might eventually be obsolete.
Okay.
Do you see how these 3 things could help you make great decisions in your position here?
Yeah, I can.
Perfect. And then I know I mentioned the executive partner a bit too, and I would love to tell you a little bit about that. That it's a great benefit of this product that we have, because they're employed by Gartner, so you don't have to worry about them stealing your technology. You don't have to worry about them stealing your ideas or anything like that. They're your person to go to whenever you might have any concerns. So what I want to show you right now is a sample CIO portfolio that we have at Gartner. is David Ulmer. He was actually the CIO of the state of North Carolina for 2 years, which shows the experience he has, and 2 other companies. Bank of America, Senior Technology Manager, he has this experience and he's done these things, correct? So what he will be is a partner to you, and I'll be that liaison to deliver that.
Okay.
So any concern you have, he'll be at your beck and call whenever you might need him throughout this process of developing this social media plan. So do you see how someone like this, very trustworthy, unbiased, could potentially help you?
Definitely.
Perfect. So I think that based on what we've talked about today, and I want to be respectful of your time, of course, I think that the value that we have uncovered with what Gartner could potentially bring Click and this huge project that you all have undertaken is of monumental size. I think that it would be a great way to save you time and make your processes more efficient in developing this new platform. Do you see the value here? Are you able to see this and consider moving forward with next steps?
Yeah, no, I mean, I definitely see where this can help me and my team.
Right.
I guess what I'm seeing all these wonderful things is I'm just thinking about, how much is this going to cost us?
Right. So
how can this fit in the budget?
Let's talk about that price. And I want to, before I show you, are you more numbers focused or are you value focused in uncovering this figure for you?
So, I mean, it's always going to be down to the numbers at the end of the day when we kick it to our CFO, but just me being the manager, I need to know where we're coming from.
So let's talk about that. So we've got the base plan is $50,000.
Okay.
And the way that I want to explore that is comparing it to the size of this project that you have right now. So it's $1 million project, correct?
Mm-hmm.
From hiring to developing this plan, and it's a huge project as we've explored.
Mm-hmm.
But it's $50,000 for your license, and you're very similar to a CIO position, correct? Mm-hmm. So that's where you'll be starting off, and from there, if the people that you end up employing to help you out with this need access to it, also it's $15,000 for an additional license.
Okay.
So how I want to look at that and justify that is, it's a $1 million project, and if you make a mistake there, it could be of monumental size, much greater than a $50,000 investment. Do you see that as valuable to you?
That doesn't sound too bad.
Perfect.
$50,000 for
Great.
the first year.
Well, I'm glad that we've been able to find some value for you in Gartner today, and I'm confident that we could deliver you exactly what you need in building this plan. I understand that you can't make a decision without Jonas, so I'd love to set up a tentative meeting to move forward, and we can both relay what we've talked about today. Does that sound good to you?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Perfect. So I do want to be sure also, when we do get in that meeting with Jonas, if it's a yes from Jonas, is it going to be a yes from you too?
Well, it would probably be for me, but we definitely need to loop in our CFO.
Okay, so CFO as well. So let's schedule a tentative meeting with Jonas and your CFO, and we'll get them on the same page. How does that sound to you?
Sounds good.
Good. Is next week early or later in the week better for you?
I would say probably later in the week.
Later in the week, do you want to shoot for Thursday or Friday?
Thursday's fine.
Thursday? All right, and how about morning or afternoon?
Afternoon.
Afternoon, want to do 2?
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, thank you, Bobby. It's
No
been an
problem.
absolute pleasure,
Nice
and I
to
look
meet
forward to
you.
working with you.
You
too.